Good morning. I am Sudhir Anand. Welcome to VNN Canada. We are here today to start a new segment which is called Business and You. We'll be talking about discussion in terms of what we need in the businesses today. As we all know, Indo-Canadian diaspora in Canada, they are involved with several businesses. It could be product industry or service industry. And we are very fortunate to have a large number of people associated with these industries. And today we have two gentlemen here with us, Mr. D.P. Jain, who's a CPA, and Mr. Pramod Goyal, who has a vast experience in the bank service, and he's a consultant with various category businesses. So I will introduce you, Mr. D.P. Jain, welcome on VNN, and Mr. Pramod Goyal. If you can introduce yourself to let the people know.
Good morning, viewers. I'm involved in providing advice and consulting services to a variety of businesses in Canada for the last about 2 decades. And the area of expertise is from startups to small and medium enterprises looking for expansion, for growth, for collaboration, for joint ventures. Be it realm of operational excellence or profit maximization, or be it startups in terms of securing financing, project related ideas, seeking collaborations. So whole spectrum of services that are being provided by my consulting firm, Canada Wide Financial Corporation.
That's excellent, Mr. Goyal. That's a very credentialable introduction and experience. So I'll ask Mr. Jain to say a few words about him.
Thank you, Sudhirji. Good morning, all the viewers. My name is Dharma Jain. I am a practicing CPA. I am CA from India, CPA from US and Canada. Have 30 plus years accounting and tax experience. Out of 30 plus years, I have almost 26 plus years practicing experience. I practiced in India in public accounting for almost 10 plus years, and for last 16 plus years I have been practicing here in Canada. I am founder and principal consultant of D.P. Jain Professional Corporation, a CPA firm. I have been engaged providing consulting to small and medium size of businesses. My services range right from startup business to company incorporations, corporate businesses, corporate tax, business financing, filing tax returns, and tax compliance. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Jain. Again, it's a very effective and credible introduction. So I'll ask you, Mr. Jain, the first question. The first and foremost, who is the business consultant, and why do any business or enterprise need a consultant?
Very important question, Sudhirji. Well, when we talk about the consultant, in my opinion, a consultant is a person who has some sort of credentials, certification or licensing, who is regulated and who has an expert knowledge in a subject field. This subject field could be anything. When we talk about the businesses, a business mostly requires two types of consultants. One, the consultant who have the inherent knowledge, technical knowledge about the business. Those are the experts who have particular industry per se or the business per se the knowledge. And there are other category of consultants who have a different kind of expert knowledge in different fields, such as the lawyers, accountants, tax experts, business consultants, bankers. So as I told just now, the consultant includes all kind of people who have certification, license and expert knowledge in a particular field.
Thank you very much. And if you have any question, you can even send us an email, info@weeklyverse.com. We'll be sending this information to both these gentlemen to seek any answers you need, or you can call 905-795-0639. Another question to Pramodji. We understand that role of a business consultant is very important of any business. What would you say the potential benefit of hiring a consultant?
Again, very valid question, Sudhirji. And I think everybody would ask, why should or why would I need a consultant, or why should I hire or engage a consultant? So basically, as Mr. Jain was mentioning, a consultant is one who would bring in expert knowledge and advice to a prospective businessman or an existing businessman. So they have vast experience, dealing with different clienteles, different industry segments. So they can definitely bring vast knowledge, invaluable knowledge and advice. They can think out of the box, and I would say to a large extent, I mean, the decision making is more objective rather than an entrepreneur or a businessman taking decisions based on his emotional state of mind and particular situation, not necessarily based out of 100% logic and objective manner of thinking. They could also seek different angles to look at a solution for a specific problem, and the solutions could be customizable. It's not like one size fits all. So the experts can bring in a lot of value to a business and help resolve different aspects of any situation that they might be facing.
And there may be several regulations through the various governments, which they may know those regulations which can be implemented and support that particular business.
For sure, yes.
Definitely.
I mean, a lot of businesses are subject to regulatory requirements and compliances.
Yes.
So of course that could be one critical area as well.
Janji, can you please provide an example of a particular kind of business and different advisors that this business may possibly need?
Very valid and genuine questions, Sudhirji. Well, whenever a idea of starting a business conceived in the mind of any potential entrepreneur, well, right from that idea conceived, one may look for different kind of consultants and business advisors. Just for example, since you asked me to give an example, so let's take a say food manufacturing business. If this idea conceived, then right from that stage, this potential entrepreneur may seek the advice of different advisors. These advisors could be, say, the technocrats, the one who knows about the particular food industry this entrepreneur want to go in. Then what kind of industry, the product selections. Then if this entrepreneur want to start buying their own, constructing their own building, then the land area, what kind of land is needed, what size of business building is required, is there any building codes are required, that particular area to approach to the potential vendors, potential customers, whether the building is needed from a dense residential area or industrial area. If this is just a manufacturing facility, then maybe you need to go isolated area which is little far from the city where your cost of setup could be less. Then you need the different construction guys. They can build the building, they can design the building, maybe you need an architect. Right from that area, you have to look at the project cost, and you require a consultant or business advisor who can help you secure financing. What kind of financing is available, which kind of lenders are available, what could be cost of financing. Then there may be certain government grants, certain subsidies. Then maybe the tax laws, what kind of tax laws you could look at. It could be direct taxes or indirect taxes. Then you need an accountant who can look at your business financials and your other tax matters. There could be some environmental issues. You need a consultant who can look into all these environmental requirements. There could be insurance guys, what kind of business insurance or liability insurance or other product insurance you require. So, right from the stage, as I told you, there could be some technical industry specific consultants or other general consultants. It could be a lawyer, it could be an insurance person, it could be a banker, it could be an accountant, it could be a business advisor, it may be a building contractor.
Yeah,
So, well, list is endless. It all depends. As Mr. Goel told, one side doesn't fit to all. It's industry to industry, business to business. But definitely a business seeks the advice from different kind of professionals and advisors.
Wow, this is something, you need so many people. So I'll ask Pramodji, that means business needs several individuals and different needs, which addresses the different needs. That would also means dealing with several people and the associated cost and the consequences of dealing with them and the time factor. What do you have to say?
No, I mean, That's right. I mean, while depending on the size and nature of business, you might have to deal with a lot of people. But again, I mean, when it comes to looking to engage an advisor or a consultant, one thing that a business could look at is the scope and size of what kind of advice that particular consultant can provide in terms of the scope, the breadth of services. So one particular consultant might be able to provide inputs on several of these areas based on their experience and caliber, and they could also be working out of a team environment, so they might have already resources in house or within their team. So a prospective business or entrepreneur can deal with a consultant who can provide these services or most of these services through a single source, rather than having to deal with several individuals and look for different individuals at different times. And as you said, I mean, the related cost could be higher depending on what the need is. So I think ideally there could be consulting firms or consultants who could address quite a few of those areas within a single setup. So I think they would be preferable from a relationship standpoint.
Thank you. So this question will go to both of you, right? So I'll ask Pramodji first. The kind of the quality one should be looking for before having or decide on the specific consultant, or it is the one consultant which can provide all those consultants within that group, within that company, the need of the industry.
Definitely, Sujitji. I mean, I think there are quite a few things one has to look at. Even if, say, for example, we are looking to, say, if we have a medical issue, what would ideally be the concern? Not a general, I mean, something, say, of some sequence or consequence. So you would always look for a specialist rather than going to a general practitioner or whatever. So similarly, when you're selecting a consultant, you need to look at the specialization or the expertise of that individual, what credentials they bring, what is their background. And one can always look at the past history of an individual. Nowadays we have all kind of tools available online, so you can always research and find out who has a past record, credentials of doing certain things, and what extent, what is their history. So of course, educational qualifications, experience, past track record, expertise.
Yeah.
So those are key things that one should be looking at while selecting or engaging any consultant.
And
Well, Pramodji has very succinctly decided it and made his comments. I want to add some more to this. Well, while selecting any business advisor and consultant, the client or the business owner should look at the credentials, license. If the consultant needs to be regulated, then the consultant is regulated. There is a regulatory body. Consultant has that kind of certification or designation. Moreover, the referral, they should also look at the referrals, the expertise, their presence in different forums or regulatory bodies. And as Pramodji told, well, there are tools available, there are websites available. There are websites which regulates different professionals. They can go and check whether this particular consultant who is offering that particular services is licensed. There is no issues. He is not subject to any disciplinary actions. So definitely, well, there are so many other factors which one can look at. Definitely, they should look at as their license, their credentials, and their presence. And moreover, they are not subject to any disciplinary actions.
as we all know, if we talk about the current date, where the pandemic has actually made huge effect or impact on the economy of the country, of the city, and individual companies and individual people as well, right? So this time when people are seeking some kind of a help in terms of those particular consultant to engage with, to get maybe a government funding, or maybe having some kind of bank loans or some kind of other guidance to streamline their businesses or their individual life. Again, since the pandemic, as what we know, Doug Ford, our Premier of Ontario, has declared that by Thursday those mandate of the pandemic will be over. So it will be as normal as it was before the pandemic, right? So how you can help those companies or individual people in any of those requirements as what I said?
Definitely, I mean, a lot of businesses have suffered during the last almost 2 years now because of COVID, and some of them unfortunately had to wind down or close down. So they might be looking to reopen, re-establish, and a lot of people who have been struggling, they also want to normalize their operations. So, and I'm sure everybody got I shouldn't say everybody, most of them got hit financially. So that's a key area there. They are also having challenges with staffing and employment. So in terms of financing, as you referred to, in terms of whether it is coming from some banking support for working capital support, or from certain schemes that were launched by the provincial or the federal government to assist businesses. So definitely, I mean, people are welcome. They can always contact us directly also, and we can advise them what options are available depending on their situation and what could be done. And if they need any further assistance in terms of holding their hand and doing something specifically for any particular business, that of course we can assist with.
Sure, definitely. Well, that's the mandate. It goes with the years of working experience, working and dealing with multiple businesses in different sectors. We have the expertise, we have the knowledge within our own setup where I can handle them. We can look at the existing support systems or support schemes which are launched by both the governments, federal and provincial, as well as there could be some traditional ways where most of the business banks, they are available to help them. And since this scenario changed, most of the businesses, they have to come back to their own foot. They have to revive. We can look at out of box and non-traditional ways how we can help them.
Thank you, Pramod
But
ji. Thank
having
you,
said
Jan
that,
Saab.
yes, all sort of expertise
last
available,
but not the
and we
least,
can help
I'll ask one
businesses
question.
succeed
If you want
in
to
their
share
objectives.
your contact information with the viewers, if they want to call you or contact you through email, so if you can please say that.
Sure. Anybody can contact me on our office numbers, which is 647-699-9890. And I would also like Sujit put our emails through at the end of the session through a screen, so that there is no error for anybody who is trying to contact us, or they can always visit our website at canadawidefinancial.ca.
Well, definitely my office number is 905-790-9327, and at the same time your viewers can visit my website, that is dpjancpa.com.
Thank you very much, Pramod ji and Jan ji. It was a nice session where you have given a very useful information to our viewers and listeners and the people those are in need of any kind of help, guidance or consultation. So we'll end this session today. We'll come back again next Tuesday with a new session which may even help you in your taxations and some other things. So thank you very much. Signing off, Sudhir Anand from VN in Canada. Goodbye.